spouses with us. Now's the time to announce yourself. You make yourself known.
All right.
Hallelujah.
I want to thank you all. I think Saturday is working pretty good for us. I think Victoria took time to really make known to us that I want life to be easy for you and for me. We were born to enjoy life, not to endure it. We were born for adventures into our universe. I will start. My name is Idika Imeri. This afternoon, we are going to be looking at a very important thing that I want to talk more about a lot all my life. I want to do a lot in that field, and I would like to write a lot about it. Apart from the forces and powers behind religion and philosophies of this world, ideologies, but especially the devotion to what lies beyond us, within us, and around us. So, if you are purely a scientist, I want you to be an all-rounded scientist. Those of us who are in science and technology, because we know that we were born to understand, to explore, and to build, to create, to provide services in our universe. We are open to existence, to life, to forces, to realities beyond us humans. It does not mean that because you don't understand something or you have not seen it, that you should continue to disprove and fight intellectually and those of us who have been in contact with, have been with, have seen, and not just with our minds, but with our bodies as well. We've been to other planets. So I want all the realities of existence in different forms and formats, ways and means, variations to be included in the quest to understand and to relate adequately with what is within us, around us, and beyond us. So, who are aliens? Part of what I'll be doing throughout this year will be to experiment with this theme and to differentiate between who are aliens, what is a ghost, who are the demons, what are the different angels, the two kingdoms. Are they fallen angels? Why do we call them fallen angels? Are there other forms of angels that we call living angels who have their dwellings with God, the maker of the heavens and the earth? My path in life cuts between the advancement of intelligence, supernatural exploration, plus the ordinary scientific quests for the understanding of space and time. And mine is also for the exploration and understanding of life outside space and time. Why? Because in Judeo-Christian religion that I belong to as a priest, I am faced with a strong reality of many existence of not just the animal worlds, not just of mermaids and dragons and vampires, phantoms, ghosts, demons, fallen angels, angels of God Almighty, the God of the Judeo-Christian religion, but also the appearances of gods and goddesses in religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, and what we call folk culture, which include traditional religions of the different cultures of the world, different civilizations and races. None of these things should be taken lightly. Now, if you look at sacred scriptures, we are faced with the ultimate choice of either we accept what we see inside this book or not. Whether these are facts or fictions or myth. For me, I choose to accept the objects, subjects, and stories of scriptures as facts with evidences to prove them. For me, scripture, sacred scriptures, the Judeo-Christian scriptures, is science in its advanced form. Please write that down as a power key. It is science in its advanced form. Appearing as, continue, appearing as ongoing, approach to different existential unfoldings and decodings. we see creatures in sacred scriptures called archangels who have 4 different sides: a face of a human or an angel, and in one head, like we have one head, we have angels that have 4 faces in one head. In front is the face of a human being or a face of an angel. In the back, the face of an eagle. On the right side, the face of a lion. On the left side, the face of a buffalo, an ox, a bison. And I will come to tell you why these creatures are represented. Why one being with one head carries 4 living faces of 4 different creatures. Please listen carefully to what we are doing. Oh my gosh.
Someone needs to hit the mute button, please.
Hold on. Malia, you are not in the conference. Malia, press mute. You are not in the conference. See, she's not there.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
The people come to conference, they are not there. All right, let's continue. Please don't get upset with that. We turn the conference on for participation. So I also want you to be aware that I see in sacred scriptures the cherubims, the same beings, riding chariots through the different planets, coming from where there is no time into planets that has time. So think about that. In our universe alone, we have billions. We are not talking of 2 billions. Hundreds of billions. I don't want to give it a number. Some says 100 billion, some say 200 billion, so many billions. Because we are discovering new and new stars, new and new galaxies in the Milky Way. The issue here, we see in the Bible, creatures with eyes all over. Even the chariots that angels travel has eyes all over. That begs the question. With the existence of so many planets in our universe alone, in our galaxy alone, with the existence of so many stars, so many planets in other galaxies, billions of galaxies too. The question is this: are we the only planets where beings live, creatures live. Because we are not the, I will not assume to say that we are the, how I will put it will be this, so as not to annoy religious people, people who are too legalistic on religion, instead of merging religion and science, like I do. Which brings us to the fact that religion becomes an interpretation for science, and science becomes the interpretation and solution for religion. And religion, the same thing, interpretation and solution for science. It begs the question, are we the first to be here? Let's look at the earth itself. And let's go beyond the earth to why are there so many planets out there? What are they there for? Did they just emerge and just are there? Okay. Since we believe in the creation, since we know, not just believe, because you must know before you believe. Belief is what you choose. And you don't make those choices until you really know. You check them out. So for me, religion, the Christian religion, Judeo-Christian religion, is not a matter of belief system. It's a matter of scientific approach to facts. If I've never seen Jesus, physically speaking, if I have not penetrated to the throne, physically speaking, if I have not seen the Holy Ghost, physically speaking, if I have not spoken with angels, physically speaking, I will never be among the order of the clergy. I'll never be a priest. I won't. Because I must know these things. I must touch them. I must see them. Vision and dreams for me are not just realities of the imagination or supernatural imagination and illumination. They are things that are physical for me. So this is not just a matter of logics and playing on human intelligence. This is a matter of life for me. Let's go. This is what I know. This is what I really know. We are not the first people to be in this planet. Let's talk of this planet first. Let's summarize the earth. There have been other beings here. Instead of using the word creatures, I will use the word beings. There have been other beings that have lived here, that God gave opportunity. You see, God is a scientist. Why? A super scientist. Because he is an explorer. He is an adventurer. He keeps making beings and put them at different, let's use time, different time and spaces, giving them opportunity to exercise intelligence, creativity, and enjoyment. What they do with it is none of our business. Just as what we are doing is now the business of the intelligence beings out there. Aliens are not demons, and aliens are not fallen angels, and aliens are not angels of God. They are not ghosts either. Now let me balance what I've just said. Hold on, please. Take a sip of tea. It does not mean that because you don't see angels every day, that they are not there out of space and in space, out of time and in time. The reason is that space is an open place for exploration. There have been creatures, there have been beings that have been created by God, given opportunity. Because every existence is an opportunity to enjoy life, participate in life, however that life is in that particular planet or galaxy. For example, we cannot say that human beings walking in the face of the earth is all that there is in existence. Because there is the water world, and we have creatures that can live in the water and can live outside the water, like the hippos, like the dolphins, the seals, the ottaries, that is the beavers, ducks, and other birds can swim, can fly, can walk on land. There are birds that can fly from the sky into the ocean, catch a fish, swim right back up, and fly and take off like an airplane. Different existences, so ours is not the only one. Let me ask this question carefully. Why do aliens not make themselves available? They have. They have. It is not just because of the existence of spacecraft, of UFO, unidentified flying objects, that should draw our attention that other beings exist, that we are not alone here. That there are existence outside our realms, outside our universe, within our universe, that are also watching us. They are interested in us. How do they exist? How do they eat? What is in their planets? None of my business, but I would like to know. Just like what do fish eat in their existence in the water? Or the animal, the whales, the dolphin, what do they eat? Of course, we now know. We know what they eat. Do they live there? Do they make babies there? Do they sleep there? Yes, they do. So that's a world of its own. Now, are there beings living outside our planet? Yes, there are. Fallen angels live outside our planets. Where do they strictly live at? The different planets out there. Now, since there are billions of planets, what do you think? Let me put it categorically clear. I have seen UFOs many times. I've seen UFOs many times. I have seen aliens many times. Are they experimenting with human beings? Yes, they are. Do they sometimes abduct human beings? Yes, they do. Why do they abduct human beings and carry them in their spacecraft to the planets where they dwell? In order to study us, find out more about us, Are they transmitting something from themselves into human beings in order for us to be transmitting as satellites something back to them? Yes, it is already happening. Are some human beings carrying a chip inside themselves, transmitting to other planets, to intelligent beings in other planets? Yes. For example, we Christians carries the chips of Jesus in us, and we are transmitting back what is happening on earth to the highest planet, which is heaven, and heaven is transmitting to us. We carry the chip of Jesus and of God the Father and of the Holy Ghost with us. Have aliens planted chips in people? Yes, they have. Have they looked into how human beings are made and what makes us to be the way we are? Yes. There are so many real stories of people disappearing and after many days appeared. Now I'm going to say this to you. Our earth is a place of interest for aliens. So let me now tell you who aliens are. They are a civilization, an advanced, technologically advanced, scientifically advanced civilization that lives in other planets. Do they live in heaven? No. Do they live in hell? No. Where do they live? Other planets. There are billions of them. Do you know how many billions of years is going to take us human beings to be able to identify each planet and go to each planet? It's impossible. So how God I feel very strongly, and I sense very strongly, and I know very strongly through sacred scriptures and through scientific readings and fact checkings is this. I don't know for how many billions of years each, I'll use the word civilization to quantify and maximize numbers of how they exist, when their existence continue. Not that it comes to an end. For example, we human beings will never come to an end. In one form or another, we will continue to exist. Whether here on earth or outside the earth, we will. Read Judeo-Christian teachings and you will find this. So the question is, where is Elijah? Where is Jesus? Where is the Holy Ghost? Where do demons live? Who are in hell? Why do humans pray? Are they just talking to the air? Or are they firing from their spirit and mind and bodies to another planet where God dwells? Because this is about planets. This is about galaxies. This is about satellites, networks. That's why many people are like, why do I need to pray? How many ears has God? How many ears has God? Well, you can call the same telephone. You can call anyone at any time. Everyone can be receiving the same thing from a satellite at the same time. Why? Because you are connected to the tower and the tower to the satellite. Everybody going through the same direction on a highway, having a GPS system. The same thing is transmitting in their car at the same time. So we are more than humans. So being a human is also something completely different from what we think. Because if we are not more than humans, then there is no use to try to communicate, because prayer is you communicating with planets above you, beyond you. You are trying to tap into a force, energy source, vibration, aura, power source that is beyond you. If you don't see it that way, then you don't have any need to do those things. So now we see that it's not just about devotion. It's about a quest for other planets. So NASA is doing the right thing. The various European exploration agencies and Asian exploration agencies and American and Canadian and English and now India, Israelis, all these, both open and secret, are doing the right thing. They are doing what we were sent here to do. The quest for the stars. We want to know what is up there. We want to know who are up there. Of course, we've settled the aspect of where heaven is, who are in it. And now, we want to plunge into where are the other races and civilizations in other planets outside heaven? Why are they coming to earth? What are they looking for from us? Are they all, the Bible says, after death cometh the judgment. So why are they not all in hell? Because if you're in hell, you can't come out, you can't come back. Why are all these people still out there? Why are they still coming into our universe? It tells us that there are beings out there. When I will discuss ghosts, when I will discuss demons, when I will discuss fallen angels, where do the dead people go? You will understand this better. Aliens are civilizations, advanced civilization, not long ago and past, but I will tell you, it's a civilization that is there in other planets. Why are they hiding themselves from human beings? Just ask me the same questions. Why doesn't God walk on earth on foot? Why doesn't angels come and walk with us every day? And of course, I know that some human beings you see are not human beings. They are ghosts or aliens or angels, good or bad. The earth is mixed with all this. Gods and goddesses are here. And you have to know it. The Bible even speaks of, in Genesis, during the time of Noah, of fallen angels coming to have sexual intercourse with our women, mixing their own DNA with ours. So is our DNA purely human DNA? Yes and no. There is a mixture of different people that have messed with all of us. They've messed with our heads. They've messed with our minds. They've messed with our bodies. They've messed with our genomes. And it's an ongoing thing. What they cannot build, they transmit thoughts to us for us to build those things, or mix themselves among us to help us build those things. Because all you need to do is look at ancient kingdoms on earth, come and gone, from Babylonian to the Egyptians, to the Indians in India, to the Assyrians, the Mesopotamia or Syro-Phoenician cultures, Asian cultures. Go and look, and you will see machines that will blow your mind. How were those things built? Who gave them knowledge? Go and look at what has been discovered in charcoal cairns. So it's not just a matter of heaven and hell. It's more than that. It's not just a matter of people die and that is it. There are other existences out there. That's why people shouldn't be afraid of death, because there is nothing like death in reality. Transfer, reassignment, existing in other forms. And higher existence can tweak in into physical reality. You see people physically and touch them. Jesus came back from the dead. After 3 days, he was here physically. Elijah went into heaven, and Enoch and all these people physically. Moses disappeared from the mountain, and his body was buried there, including Aaron too. Where did they go to? Why did Moses and Elijah physically appear to Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration? What are all these realities? So this is no longer a matter of faith. It's a matter of physical existence in different shades and forms and variations. So are the aliens studying us and studying our technology? Yes, they are. Where are they most interested in? They are mostly interested in how we think and how they can manipulate our thinking and our intelligence for their own benefits. Why? Even Lucifer said this to God. Read the story of Job. And God said, old boy, older guy, where have you been? He said, well, I've been on earth walking back and forth to and fro. Even him is still interested in our universe. So there have been different forms of creatures and persons. When I say persons, I mean beings that have lived on the earth. And gone. And they are now in different forms. And they can appear physically. Angels do that. When angels appear, they appear physically to you. They cease to be merely spirits. Why? Because these are higher beings, super beings with super force and ability to transfer thoughts, ability to transfer intelligence, shoot it into you. Many a times when I talk with angels, I don't talk with my mouth, because there is a side of me that is a God in me. The God thing is there in you. This is not about consciousness teaching or yoga practice. We are talking of reality now. There are many ways of communication. And part of the one that I practice with super beings is thought transfer or thought existence. Thoughts communication. They communicate their thoughts into me and I to them. Outside religion, my most important interest is in astronomy. That's why I love airplanes. I love NASA, European and Asian travel agencies, because I'm interested in what they are doing and what they are discovering. Why? Because my life is mixed up with people out there. And theirs is mixed up with mine. I don't know about yours. Beings out there who are interested in me are many. And I am interested in them too. Because I want to know how they were formed, how they were made, how they look. And at any time I see an angel or an alien, there are differences between these beings. And demons, I'm interested in asking questions. And science should begin to be involved in deliverance. To ask, to listen to when I am delivering people from demons, a different civilization altogether. I ask them questions and they tell me the truth. And I think it's about time that I start to record some of these things. Because it's not just about that somebody has a mental problem. That's why they are demon possessed. Or that's why they see aliens or fallen angels or God's angels. It has nothing to do with that. You see, our universe, why aliens are interested in our universe? I call them people in other planets. Why beings and personalities in other planets are interested in our planet is because our planet has more than 4,000 minerals and natural resources. Why? I will tell you why the Earth is an important place. Because the owner of all planets and galaxies enriched the Earth for the different experiments that he has done here, including with us. Because you have to put the things there for the different people you are sending there to use for their survival. The ocean, the water world is filled with the food for the beings of the water. So is also the earth. Is the most enriched place. Is the most enriched planet. At least for now in our understanding. At least for now. At least for now in our understanding. Jessica, we are in a conference. Okay. At least for in our understanding right now, we are the most enriched with abundance of resources. And what these other beings don't have in their planets, they come to the earth to get it. The other planets where there is so much enrichment is heaven, the planet of God itself. What has diminished on the earth is 1 billion times more there. Where do you think that fish are falling from? Because there have been rain that shows that when it was raining, fish were falling from the sky. And you cannot say that the wind carried fish, big fishes, from the ocean, thousands of miles to the city. I'm not buying that. Because there are rivers and oceans up there. Even the Bible talks about it. That Jesus divided the water that is above from the water that is below. Is there in Genesis. We are not talking about rain only that comes from the sky. No, we are talking of different. We will surely reach the place in our scientific quest that we are going to find planets with water and life and different life forces. And then with beings. Why is it that angels, or let me leave angels alone because we are discussing aliens. Why are the voyagers? This is my name for them. Why are voyagers from other planets interested in our own? What kind of travel machines do they have? These are advanced machines. Their thinking is advanced. These beings are like billions of years ahead of us. Billions. We are newcomers in history. Please get it from me. Humans are newcomers in history. In the history of space and time and out of time, we are newcomers. You just have to know this. How do they look like? Their forms, each have forms that relates with their geography and their kind of planet. Can you as a human being live inside the water like the fish do? No. Why are they interested? Why are they also interested in the earth? It's because the earth has so much resources they need on top and under the earth. For example, wherever there are nuclear machineries, industries, and weapons, or electricity, like nuclear electric power plants, they are interested. When a nation develops nuclear weapons, you begin to attract aliens into your nation. They begin to come because they are interested in advanced intelligence. The more human beings become advanced in our intelligence, they become interested in how we are developing and where we are going. I will revisit the topic we did some time ago on time travelers. Who are there? Is there a civilization that is coming to take over from us? Because we've discovered codes that has been decoded that some beings have left for the universe, telling us about those who are coming after us. And these are subject to interpretation in science and in religion. These are not things for you to be legalistic about scientifically or ideology like. But I can tell you this. Governments of the world, one way or the other, are afraid of aliens beings. Why? The government of the world are afraid to tell their people about what they are experiencing with these beings from in space and time and out of space and time. Because your nuclear plant and nuclear facilities, they are going to be, and they are right now, where those beings come to fuel. That is their gas station. The more we develop new computers, new cars, new spacecraft, new quest in the world of television and radio, in the world of travels, both on water and air, in space and on land, they are interested to see how we are advancing. And God is interested too. This is not the first time that humans have tried to venture beyond the realms of the earth. And it is said that even God dismantled our quest for the stars. Go and look at the story of Babel. I see it more than a story. But now, we are lucky. We've gone beyond the Babel story. If you think that the Bible story was just a one-story building, you are fooling yourself. Human beings were ready at the cutting edge of science and technology, but it was within a primitive cultures, and God came and confused them and said, look, these people are going to be too intelligent for us. In reality, why did Lucifer and his planets and his hosts came to deceive Adam and Eve? Is because they didn't want us to be intelligent. And they lied to us. Instead of allowing us to develop gradually like God wanted us to develop gradually. You have to know this. That's what you have to know about aliens, so that when you see unidentified flying, I'm not talking about military aircraft or angels passing by and you think that is a UFO. I mean real UFOs. Let me also tell you why both aliens and angels, many a time they do not show themselves. Why even demons and ghosts? Why there is secrecy in their showing themselves? Is because they do not want to clash with humans. There are protocols. There are what we call the sky protocols. There are laws, binding laws, that each group has to abide by. Because there is someone who has the final say, and that's the guy that we follow. That's the God we follow. And he can tweak his thoughts to each of the planets, and everyone understand their place, where they belong. They are not allowed to clash with us. They can study us. They can come to our universe to get things. I don't know whether I should call that stealing. Because many a times they shoot their thoughts into humans to produce what they need. And so we will think it's just us who need those things. We are saving other planets too. The earth is a service station, a market for other planets. You doubt what I'm saying, that the earth also is a supermarket. It's a world market for other planets too. And you will say, are they not supposed to eat their own kind of food? Really? You think that they are limited by their own food? Then why do angels from heaven eat food that belongs to us? And why do human beings eat food that belongs to them? Manna fell from the sky, food fell from the sky. And humans ate is there in the Bible. Angels came and ate with Abraham is there in the Bible. Did they die because they've mixed the way their body is made, and so they cannot eat food? And mind you, those in the space village up there, remember that every food that is carried up there is made in powder form. I hope you know this, so that you understand how I see the Bible differently. Every food that people in the space, you know that human beings are living in space right now and carrying out scientific, what do we call, experimentations. They are making a garden up there. They are doing different things up there for our survival. I hope you are aware that people are up there. And the food they eat up there is taken from the earth, from the space center. Up there. They have to grind the food into powder form. And how was the food that fell from heaven, the manna, in powdered form? And settled on the earth. And when it settled, it formed a round thing, like some sweet cakes or something. And the Bible says humans ate the food of angels. So that is how the food of angels look like. There are plants, there are fruits and nuts up in planet heaven. So we now see that they eat fruits and nuts. They eat bread in planet heaven. I'm not talking of the space village. But yet, people in space, they have to heat up their powdered and ground food. They have to heat it up in microwave. They use microwave up there. The astronauts up there, they use microwave to heat up their food. It still tastes like our food here. But when they come back to the earth, they can also eat the same food in its natural way. Well, in different planets, they are not limited. Since they come to Earth to take resources, so they eat both ways. They are creatures in the water that eats water food, and they eat earth, and they eat food from the earth too, like hippos. They do. So you have to know all this. Why? I'm trying to tell you that you are a voyager also. So it's not a matter of being traveling in your mind or in prayer or in spirit, but to support the advancement in science and technology. Advancement in the new forms of jets for faster travels. Advancement in how you buy things with ease. Everything is to make life easy for you and for me. Just see how fast aliens can travel from the different planets where they dwell to our planet and can vanish at will. Shoot, and they are gone. And I watch the way angels behave. And I look at the way UFOs behave. The same thing. But they are not the same beings. They are different. And some people say, well, what about if aliens are fallen angels? I used to think like that too. If they are, do you think that I care? I don't. But something in me from how fallen angels look like. Fallen angels are not beasts. They don't have horns on their head. They are just like real angels. And angels are very proud beings. Angels do not possess people. They use demons to do those things. Demons are the ones, because demons don't have bodies. They need someone to enter into. Can someone enter another human's body? Can a human being? Can someone's presence dwell in you? Another being? Yes, they can. You doubt what I'm saying? Go and check those who go about hunting for ghosts and you will see. This is not subject to arguments and all of that. And no, I'm talking of realities. Ghosts can possess people, can penetrate people. Go and see it. It's there on television every day. So this is the kind of world in which we live. We are not alone anymore. The aliens have been coming and going for billions of years. And here we are. Your job on earth is to recognize that this is an opportunity given to our civilization for us to make good use of the earth and leave it. And for us Christians, those of us in heaven will surely return back to here. We will be living between planets. That's the teaching of sacred scriptures. It's in and out. So you can jet through space and time, jet through planets. You don't need spacecraft to do that. Because something automatically is built inside the different beings to fly. You doubt what I'm saying? All angels do not go on chariots. They simply appear and disappear. So why do you think that aliens will not do the same thing? Because these are super civilizations. They are quite different from fallen angels and from God's angels. They are all different beings. They are different from demons. Demons live in people and live on earth is a daily thing. But aliens don't. Aliens live outside our universe. They have their own planets. And they do not want to clash with us. Because there are protocols. There are laws. Just like countries are not allowed to invade countries. But of course, you can colonize through intelligence, through business. You can tweak into other countries through communication, business, religion, education, politics. So they are also doing to us. Planets are tweaking into other planets. If they want to show themselves to us, they will. And they've been doing that gently. It will reach a place where it will explode, where we'll see aliens more often. So it will no longer be them just showing themselves to whoever they want. There will be a time that we will be able to see things more often. Another thing you have to know is that why beings in other planets do not open themselves at random to humans is they understand who we are. That we will want to go and take them by force. We will want to do things to them. We will want to fight them. That's our character as humans. We will want to fight them. We will want to go and take over wherever they are. We will want to wipe them out so as to be the only ones. And so that's why even God himself knows that humans will want to find a way to come to God's throne, to come and seize God. That's why when Jesus resurrected, he made sure he stayed within his disciples. Why? Because the Jewish authority and the Roman authority will come and seize him and kill him. Because what people do not understand is threatening to us. So that's why other beings stay away. They show themselves to who they want at will and then disappear. Also, angels practice that. So aliens do. So fallen angels do. Because they don't want to spend their life clashing with humans. Because we will want to go to war with them. We will not want to accept them because they don't look like us. That's why many of you will freak out when you will go to heaven. Because you are going to see beings that you were like, whoa, I thought that everything was like God. Because humans are made in the image of God and likeness of God, you will freak out at the different beings who are servants of God. And they are neither angels nor humans. So God has made different kinds of beings. He has experimented with a lot. And who knows what next he's going to experiment with. And that is where the devotion to God is interesting. Because you are dealing with a mind so vast, so massive, so great. And your job on earth is not just to ask God to give you a car and money and all of that. Your job on earth is to ask God to carefully introduce you to that reality, that realm, that place where your brain is massive, where it thinks at what I call automatic intelligence, where at least you go a little bit nearer to the other beings. Remember what the Bible says? That you have made a human being a little bit lower than the angels. But do you think that I want to be lower than the angels? My human nature tells me I do not need to be. I need to be like them. If they are sons of God, like I am a son of God, then I need to be like them. I need to have a super mind, super intelligence. And that's why I said to all of you, covenant partners, come on, wake up. Because we have entered a different realm of thinking. And different kinds of human beings are going to be awakening in all of us. Because we were sent here to participate. This is an opportunity to participate in the quest for the stars. Aliens are out there, and they are in here already. They are coming in and out. A lot of us are carrying the genome of some of these creatures, of some of these beings already. You doubt it? I'll prove it to you. Even after God used the cleansing, the baptism of the flood of 40 days and 40 nights, even though Hebrews tradition argues differently, that it was more than that, 40 days and 40 nights. And it was like a sort of cleansing of the earth from the wicked seed that fallen angels have tweaked into here. They've tweaked through sexual intercourse. And that's how the Bible tells us that that's how giants began to be born. It's because the fallen angelic race came into contact with our own and mixed themselves with our DNA. And giants like Goliath were born. They were kings that had more than 5 fingers. Read the Bible, you will see it. Some of them had more than 2 toes. Giants. And it was the flood of Noah was supposed to wipe those group away. But after the flood of Noah, he said it was only Noah and his family that remained, that started a new race of humans. But then, you see giants were still born. That thing was still there. How it took back in, tell me. And wickedness continued. Because you see, in Judeo-Christian religion, it's about good and evil. It's about God and the devil. It's about heaven and hell. But then when you begin to read the Bible carefully, you begin to ask yourself, why was a witch able to call Samuel the prophet out of where he was to come and tell him fortunes that will possibly favor him, but it didn't favor Saul? You start asking yourself those questions. Different things you start to see in the Bible. And you will be like, wow. So it's not just a matter of heaven and earth, hell and earth and heaven, good and bad angels, God and humans. So they are demons. They are fallen angels. They are good angels. And they are alien forces. And to show you that they are not just one form of aliens, civilization, they are different civilizations. Sometimes you see in the sky realm, you see a fight between UFOs. They will clash. So if they are already clashing among themselves, how much more with us here? We who are war people, who don't want anyone interfering with our universe. We are very protective of our universe. Asteroid, meteorite, comets, different thing that has fallen from the sky realm, they've picked them up and they've discovered living creatures in them. I'm talking of both microbes and different things that they don't have the DNA of viruses and germs and all kind of stuff, or microbes that is on the earth. And they have a life form of their own, telling you there are other life forms out there beyond our own. Piece of debris fell from the sky. Later, rain began to fall after some time, and it was like a blood rain. It has happened in India, in Kerala, and other places. And when scientists picked up the debris from heaven that fell, a week later, they found living things from outer space in them, but have a different DNA from creatures here. You have to know that you are not alone here. You are not. So, if you didn't know those things, welcome, voyagers. Because you are here for travel. You are here to participate in life. This is not a place to relax. I mean, this is a place for enjoyment. But it is a place for massive creativities, production, services, whatever can advance our civilization. That's why we are here to do it. So it's not just that we are here to worship God, because for some people that's all they know. That's not the primary reasons we are here. The God thing is already there. The other things are for us. The earth was given to us for adventure, for exploration, for science and technology. Science is not to disprove the stories of the Bible. The story of the Bible is not there to disprove science. Both activate the others. Both activate activate each other. Both interpret each other. And this is where we bring this Saturday's conference to an end. I will see all of you tomorrow afternoon at 12 noon. I'm doing the conferences like this time in order to make life easy for you. I don't think it is right for me to be holding conferences on Friday evening when you are supposed to readjust yourself and begin to wind down. That's when you're supposed to go and shop for immediate things you need, so that on Saturdays you can do your laundry, you can do certain things, you can have milk and bread. You can spend time on Friday evening to ask your kid how their day was throughout the week, how their week was. And for you to go through your mails, write out checks to pay your bills, and then on Saturday afternoon, we meet. And then after the 12 o'clock meeting, you have the entire Saturday for yourself to go and do whatever you want to do. And then I'll see you again on Sunday afternoon. Don't be surprised that a priest is sharing this kind of thoughts with you, because it's an area that a lot of priests don't want to venture into because they are afraid of saying something wrong, something that will contradict the Bible. There's nothing like contradicting the Bible. The Bible doesn't contradict itself. Because all we've been doing a lot of time in Western tradition is taking just one thing and run with it and tell everybody that what is there is not true, it's just this one area. My job is to balance these things. For example, Republicans carry Republican position and are ready to fight for their position. Democrats are doing the same thing. Whereas normal people, sensitive people, take good ideas from whatever good source. If a Democrat has something good to offer to the nation, all Republicans should join and vote for it. If Republicans have something good to offer to the nation, all Democrats should join and do it. But we want to tell the nation that, oh, we were the ones that did this. We were the ones. That's not how life functions. A civilization that goes through such comedy will become a civilization that is ridiculed, that the owners of the universe will snatch it from them and give it to other people because we are not ready. I am involved with each of you around the world in different cultures because you bring greatness into life. This is not about diversity. Diversity is cheap. It's a cheap interpretation of involvement in life. I don't do diversity. I do life. I don't do abortion. I do life. I don't do guns. I do life. I don't do gay or straight. I do life. I don't do black or white or Spanish. I do life. Should we all own guns? All those who've been psychologically evaluated should protect themselves, go hunting. Should we do abortion? We are not many as a nation. India has 1 point something billion, China 2 point something. America has just a little bit of a million. Should African people do abortion? No, because it's not a big, we are not many. Should the Caribbeans? No, they are not many. So you see, what people are spending their time and fighting is of no use. That's not the reason why I should vote somebody to go and represent me in the House of Representatives or in the House of Senate. Are people entitled to health care? Yes. But how it is done should be agreed upon. See, my job is to interpret all this. One side has a good thing, the other side has a good thing. My job is to extract the good thing and throw away the bad things and then merge them. And there we go as a civilization. So that is what I'm trying to tell you in this program. That our job is not to say, because I've not seen it, I don't believe it. And then we write strong papers against it. Reality is not subject to interpretation. Reality is facts. And facts come from different realities and experiences. Experience matters.
Participants are muted. All participants are unmuted.
Now, is there anyone who has a question? Anyone with a question before we close? Has it helped you? Is this thing helpful to you?
Yes.
So let me open this to the floor. If you have a question, ask now. And if you want to tell us how this has, what you have learned, what is the one thing that touched you, please tell us. Tell the world, let them hear you. Anybody?
So are aliens, they're like our enemies because of some of the things they do?
No, they are not. Because if we are their enemies, they would have destroyed us a long time ago.
Okay.
And we are not their enemies either.
Okay.
Continue. Somebody else? See, when you keep quiet, then I know how dumb you are. When you keep quiet. If you talk, then I know how intelligent you are. Yeah, there we go.
Hallelujah.
Because it's not something that tomorrow you start going to the internet to hear this and hear that. You are hearing it straight from me. Ask questions now. Okay, what have you learned so far?
Communication.
What have you learned so far?
That we are to ask God to expand our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Introduce us slowly to those super beings.
Well, my interest in them is to find out about their advancement, their machinery, their tools. That's what I'm interested in. I'm also interested in the way they communicate. I'm interested in their machines. Because, I mean, if we can have their kind of machines, my God, we can travel to the moon in a flash. Say 1 hour we are on the moon. Maybe 2 hours we have passed like 100 planets and into the one we want. Come on. I want that kind of knowledge. I'm interested in that kind of advancement. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay. So the people who get abducted by aliens is because they don't have like the protection of God. They don't have all those things, so
No.
that can happen to them.
No, you can be abducted by aliens, and normally they don't tell you when they want to do that. They don't tell you when they want to do that. It's not about whether God protects you or God does not protect you. Because I've seen Christians who are abducted. And the people of, so it's not a matter of religion. It's not a matter of religion or a matter of culture. They decide who they want to abduct and to implant whatever they want to implant or to study. And then they bring you back. Mary, ask your question. To really show you, they don't kill you. We've never heard of aliens abducting people and killing them. They don't do that. So that tells you who they are. That they are different from fallen angels and from demons. Go ahead, Mary.
Scripture says that after death is judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So is it not that we are the last creation of God?
It's possible that we are the last experiments. We are the last beings that God is experimenting with. It's possible. It is possible. Biblically speaking, yes. Scientifically speaking, and anthropologically speaking, no. Because the Bible doesn't tell us much about some of the things we are talking about today. The Bible doesn't tell us about those things. Because it is not the place of the Bible. This is the funny side of God. God doesn't spend his time to tell a new generation, that is a new race. When I say race, I'm talking about new kind of beings that he introduces into a planet. He doesn't tell them about the others who were there before. It's rare that it's very rare for the new people to know about the old people. God doesn't spend his time to tell you about what he has done with those before you. He doesn't do that. I don't know why. Because everything we hear about demons, fallen angels, the Garden of Eden, all those things are things that are not history. They are what we call infer. They are references, just spoken in passing. Just spoken in passing. There is no history of Lucifer, or history of demons, or history of aliens. They are not there. Or history of witchcraft is not there in the Bible. It is something happened to somebody, and while the writer is telling the story, then something outside the universe comes into the story. Cornelius is praying, and then an angel showed up. They were not to write about an angel, but because an angel showed up, so it enters into that history. The story of Job is being told. Okay? Someone saw the vision of what happened to Job, why Job was in that condition, and what God and Lucifer, Satan, were discussing. So it is what happened to Job that brought about the story of Lucifer. So there is no way where it says, and this is how angels were created. You don't even see a history of the creation of angels. It's not there. As you read sacred scripture, then you begin to find out for yourself. In connection with a particular story, you hear it. And why do God allow sacred scripture to be this way? The same thing in science is the same thing you find in the Bible. The earth is a place for science and technology, for exploration, for quests, for understanding, for creativity, for services, for enjoyment. not for war. The Bible is a book for exploration, for adventure, for power, for productivity, creativities, and enjoyment. The only difference is connection with God is revealed. In the Bible, it throws light on the earth. It throws light on the other planets. We now know that when Lucifer and his angels were thrown out, they went to some of the planets and stayed there. They went to some of the planets and stayed there. Did God give them those planets for them to go and stay? No. They took it by force. They found some empty planets and they took and stayed there. And it's not the planet that is too far away from God. They are smart. It's like you divorcing your husband or your wife, and instead of you moving away to another state or nation or another city, you watch where your wife went and bought a home, or if she took over the house or you took over whoever, and instead you went and rented an apartment or bought a building across the street from her own so that you can keep an eye on her. Yep. And that is why the planets where fallen angels are is called the dark planets. Why? Because bad people live there. That's what I call them. I call them bad people. I don't call them angels. Because bad angels live there. Because they hate our God. That's it. And that's what brings conflict between them and us. But not between us and aliens. But between fallen angels, demons. Why? Demons are associated with Lucifer. Lucifer used to be their leader, their boss. That's why we have conflict with demons and with fallen angels, is because of our connection with God. Because Lucifer and fallen angels said, why should we have been created to take their place on earth? Because it sounds like they were the demons were before us. They were before our race. And they joined forces with Lucifer. So this is science in the Bible. Genesis 1 verse 2 is science. How God has experimented, explored, and adventure in the universe is in Genesis chapter 1 verse 2. It's like 1 billion years or more. In one verse. One verse of the Bible you are reading might be something that happens in billions of years, summarized in one verse. That's how the Bible is. So just as the earth and the planets out there is given to us to explore, to make sense of, and see how we can use them to our benefits and to our advantage, so also the Bible. So also biblical records and history is given to us for the same purpose. Mary, finish your question.
Yes, please. I'm looking at the fact that we don't live on the earth forever because there is death, and people die and go to a place. And Jesus.
And do you know why there is death?
A story about Lazarus and.
Yes. Let me throw in this quickly about why there is death. If you are following biblical science, it will be this. God's enemies discover that God is now experimenting with a different beings called humans. And every beings of God are created to live forever. Remember that. Every beings are created to live forever. We are the only one that lost out in that protocol. That's why Lucifer has to be punished. I can't wait to put my bite on him. I can't wait to put my whooping rod on his dirty little buttocks. I cannot wait. Every creatures in other planets are created to live forever, including those that were here before us. Demons are always there. Fallen angels are always there. Lucifer saw that we were coming to repeat the same cycle, and he lied to us and aborted it so that we don't physically live forever. I want you to begin to know the history of your universe. The animals were not supposed to be dying and being, when we need food, we go and kill an animal, go and kill fish or insects to eat. Those were not there. It was something beautiful until one angel became a crazy madman. And he came and lied to us. We were not made to listen to any other force outside God. And we listened. And look at where we are today. Other beings that God has experimented with, they are there forever. Physically speaking, in their own planets, the way they are. Angels are there forever, whether good or bad. Demons are there forever, whether good or bad. A demon will possess somebody. When that person died, the demon leave that person's body. And while everybody is crying, the one who cried the most, the evil, wicked one that didn't even like that person, but is crying the most so as to get the most money from that person's estate, the demon will enter into that person. Yep. The one that grieved the most, the demon will leave the dead person's body and enter you and continue his own existence. And that person is dead and gone. Tell me about it. They enter the human being and extract all of his mind and hold it. And in that person's mind, they carry the history of that person's family forever. And they don't want to lose it. I want you to know this for a fact, so that you know what you are dealing with and not mess up anymore. Because we were supposed to be here forever, physically speaking. And here comes a crazy man. Crazy spirit. And physically walked in and disturbed the entire thing, so as to terminate our own race by death. And that is very, very annoying. You don't know how upset I am daily when I think about that. Why should human beings die? Of what use is it? And I always ask myself, why didn't God right there in the garden reverse it? And Lucifer knew that God stands by law. God operates through laws and protocols. He knew it. And God already told the human being, the day you violate so and so law, you begin to die. So, when a human being was being created, the devil heard the instruction been given to? Yes, the instruction was given in the public, not in secret. The relationship between a man and a woman was given in public, not in secret. Where do you read in the Bible that a man is the head and the woman is the tail? Or the man is first class, sit on the first class coach, the woman on the economy, or near the toilet? Where did you read that? So after God has made the law, He wants us human beings to enforce it. And then we chicken out. Thinking that these other beings are better than us. They are not better than us. My earth, this universe, has everything. We didn't need heaven. Hear me very well. Humans did not need to go to heaven to have a better life. We didn't need it. We didn't need a heaven. There was no use for it until death came. And God has to scramble to plant new place, do new thing, create a paradise, start thinking of His Son to come and try to get us back into reality. It's a painful thing. I don't like it. And for some human beings, they've escaped it, like Elijah, Enoch, etc. They've escaped that. They didn't have to go through it. I'm still studying the effect of the death and resurrection of Jesus and how it can medically, I'm talking of medically, be applied to human bodies. I'm studying those things. Yeah, there are many things I'm studying in the Bible for medical science, for medical reasons, for business reasons. Because the Bible is not a book for worship only. It's a book for top business class people. It's a book for the rich. Now, let me tell you so that you hear it from me. So that you do not say that you didn't hear it from me. God is not a God of those who are broke. Please listen carefully. God is not a God for those who are broke and those who celebrate poverty as a form of humility. God is not the God of poor and broke people. Just hear it from me. I'm just being fair to you. Because every activity of God in the Bible is centered around wealthy people and wealthy civilization. Go and read the Bible, you'll see it. And what God has been doing has been this. Move people from the bush. It's like moving someone from Wichita, Kansas to Manhattan, New York. It's always moving you from a lower culture to a higher culture, lower civilization to something big. Esther from slavery to a queen. Joseph from jail and slavery to a governor. Because without money and material resources of the earth, you cannot even worship God adequately. You'll be fake. Fake ye. Go and see. Everyone who have built great temples for God, they were all wealthy people. The Bible is not a book for poor and broke people. It's not their book. Maybe their book is somewhere else. It's not the Bible. The day I saw it, I changed my mind about everything. I changed my mind. Mary, was that the day that I started loving you? Vicky, was that the day that we got something going on or something?
Hallelujah.
Why? My life changed towards the earth and towards all of you. I began to separate myself and discover those that I should hang around with. So you've heard it from me. You can now go and tell the Pope that I say so. Let the council gather and let them go and judge the scientists first before they judge me. Go and tell the Presbyterian Church that one of their priests, this is what he said, this is what he believes. And I can tell you something. It is the truth.
Hallelujah.
And the more we advance in science and technology, we are going to meet these people. We are going to clash with them. And the careful we are, the better. All right. Is there somebody who has another question?
I do. I just want to say, I just can't get over that the aliens, they put chips in people, and I don't like that, you know? And they're not our enemies, but I don't know if some people are chosen for that or what.
Apart from aliens, who are studying us? Who are the people that are studying us? Who are the beings that are studying us? Apart from, huh? Demons? Yeah, demons are studying us and experimenting with us. Who again are studying and experimenting with us? Fallen angels.
Fallen angels.
Okay. Who again are studying us and experimenting with us?
What about angels?
Angels of God. Angels of God. That's why I told you to really take yourself serious. Add value to who you are. Because there are many things that angels are limited to heaven and to where they are. I'm talking of angels of God. There are things that God deals with us directly without angels. And angels learn. You see, even with angels, God doesn't allow them to know everything. Only what they should know that God make them know. Only how they should act and perform is how God put them. So there are certain things that God bypasses angels and deal directly with us, and angels learn from us also. I'm talking of real angels. So notice, I want you to know that we are very, very important beings. You think that Lucifer and demons attack us for nothing? You think that aliens come to the earth for nothing? I'll tell you one thing that you should go out here and think carefully. I don't know how this is, but this is how it is. Because of the fact that we were created by the second person of the Trinity, who also secretly was an agent of planet heaven on the earth. That's Jesus. There is something of the Father, a chip of that planet. And then by his death and resurrection, he also planted the real chip in us. So that our spirit is not an earthly thing anymore. We are not just an earthly being. See, the reason why all these other creatures are interested in humans is because we are the only beings that has ever been made in a special way. I mean, others have been made, but ours is in a special way that is a mixture of two planets. It's a clash of planets. We are creatures of planet heaven and planet earth. So the substance of planet heaven was taken, the element there, which is spirit, was taken, and then earth, the ground, with all the, you see, every minerals and natural resources of the earth is inside your body. I hope you know that.
Really?
Yes. Every mineral and natural resources that are good are inside your physical body. So the earth too was taken, and there was a mixture of both, and boom, we came about. Other beings are just created from one source. Please listen carefully. Other beings are created from one source. We humans are the only one created from two different sources. Lucifer and demons are not created from two sources. Aliens are not fashioned and made from two sources. Angels of God are created only from one source. We are the only one that carries the elements and substances of two different planets in one. That's why we are all crazy people. Are you guys listening to this? Because you've never heard this. That's why we are all crazy folks. Crazy good. That's what made us to be originally super intelligent, and that is what is making us currently super intelligent. That's why aliens are interested in us, because they've never seen a being like us appear before. Angels have never seen beings like us appear before. Demons have never seen it. And that is where the source of hatred comes from against us. I hope you are getting it. There we go. Now you got who you are. That's why, as a matter of emergency, let me tell you something. Going to heaven is an emergency situation that God created for us, so as not to lose us. Because we were not supposed to be going there. There was no use. Heaven and earth were together. The portal, the sky opened, you are there. There was no use. That is how special humans are. And of course, we all know that after the fall, after the disobedience, the protocol was broken. And we now became a little lesser than the other beings. Failure makes you to be a little lesser. That's why you cannot afford to fail anymore. Because you do not want to be you don't want to fail anymore. Those who started our race, that's the human race, there was a way things were messed up. We don't need to keep messing it up. Jesus came to recover our special place in the planets, to recover the earth for us, to set it aside as it's supposed to have been. a place of great beauty. If I have the money, my greatest desire is to build a city. I need to be full of trees and flowers and birds and quality animals, not animals that eat other animals. A lot of fish ponds and streams and things like that. Because I have insight into how Eden looked like. I have to stop here. This is classic. This is a major exposition about aliens and the universe above. All the universes out there, the galaxies, the planets out there. Encourage your children to study science and astronomy, work for NASA, or for different space industries. I love it. I am addicted to it. It's one of my addiction. I can sit up all day just reading and watching things that are happening out there. Medicine is an addiction to me. I love what is happening in medical research. Like right now, there's something they are putting into mosquitoes so that mosquitoes, no matter where they are in the world, cannot transmit malaria anymore. Oh, I'm so happy. It's not God who is coming to do those things for us. God is not going to give us medicine to cure people of different diseases. I mean, there is a place for miracles of healings. But we shouldn't depend on that. Why? We were sent here to DIY. What is the meaning of DIY?
Do it yourself. Do it yourself.
Yeah, do it yourself. Why? We have the intelligence, we have the power to do it. Has this helped you? Let me know. Yeah. Leave us a big comment. Leave a big comment. When you watch this broadcast, leave us a big comment. Send this broadcast to your friends. Send it to, if you know of different scientific places in the world, and journals, magazine, television houses, CNN, anywhere, send them this broadcast. Let them listen to it. Tell them about the priests who have seen UFOs, who have seen aliens. I've seen them. Let them approach me and talk to me. Send it to the BBC. So find radio houses, television houses, send this program to them. Send them the link and tell them what this is about. This is not about God. This is about your world. If they want to interview me, let them do it. And I'll tell them the truth of my experience. I've seen ghosts. I've seen fallen angels. I've seen demons. I've seen angels of God. That's why I operate the way I operate. I've seen the goodness of human beings. I believe in the goodness and quality of life of human beings, and not wickedness and unnecessary warfare. I love humans, and I love angels of God, and I love planet heaven. Aliens, I'm trying to understand them still. That's it. I'll see you at 12 noon tomorrow, Sunday. This is Idika Imeri, wishing you a very happy Saturday. Bye-bye. Yeah. If there are people who want me to come and speak to them in their groups, whether scientific group or religious group or philosophy group, talk to them about me and I will come and speak to them. Bye-bye.
Yes. Yes. Yes and yes and yes. Hallelujah.
Hold on. I think I brought something to chew here.